Hey, leaders and learners, I'm so excited to share with you a brand new series entitled 21 Savage Student Learning Tips. Now, in this series, I'm going to share effective, innovative, and most importantly, simple tactics you can use to improve student learning. So we're going to kick this whole thing off with note-taking, because note-taking is one of the most complex and one of the most essential academic tasks that students have to navigate. So check it out, and I'll see you on the other side. Students, it's time to step up your note-taking game. Research consistently shows that students rely on class notes as their primary source of study material. This makes perfect sense because students' notes consist of the information educators present during class, content students obtain from external sources, such as books, articles, and so forth, and information students glean personally. But research also shows that the way students take notes doesn't benefit them as much as they should. Don't take my word alone. Listen to this student describe a very common dilemma.
I had stopped to look back at the notes that I had taken for my statistics class, my English class. And I guess I was just so used to a very question and answer type education. And so when I was looking at my notes, I realized that the only type of notes I had, were the ones that I had not yet understood. So it was topics that were foreign for me, but they were just for simply answering a specific question.
Gotcha.
They weren't really in depth. They weren't to apply to different scenarios. It was literally just information that would help me answer the specific question that was raised before me. And I realized that it needs to be a lot more than that so I can fully understand the material and not just be able to utilize it when it comes up.
Poor note-taking is a problem in face-to-face learning environments, but there are many ways students can compensate when they are on campus. But when learning takes place online, students must manage their note-taking experience much more independently. When students don't take good notes, they not only waste their precious time, they also needlessly drain faculty members' time as well. So let's simplify note-taking by breaking it down into two interdependent phases: the note-taking state of mind and the note-reviewing state of mind. The note-taking state of mind is the condition students are in when they encounter the content they want to capture. This can be while students are in class, reading content, or these days, participating in and watching online lectures. On the other hand, the note-reviewing state of mind is the condition students are in later when they study their notes. The challenge is that the note-taking and note-reviewing states of mind are completely different contexts. The note-taking experience is propped up by many dynamic factors that are not captured in students' notes. For example, the teacher may tell a story that seems like a tangent, but actually connects critical concepts together. A comment by a student may evoke an image that clarifies a murky point. These events silently create meaning in the moment, but won't necessarily be captured by students. But when students go to review their notes without these dynamic factors, the notes don't quite make sense anymore. The ultimate key to a superior note-taking experience is to take notes in a way that seamlessly blends the two states of minds together. When students do this, they take notes that are forever useful. Now that we have some context, let's get to our tips. Tip number 1, take thematic notes. Most students take notes in a chronological order. This means that they take notes according to when the content is presented. This method automatically organizes students' notes around time. A better approach is to take notes according to themes, and the themes should be the learning outcomes for the course. Using this method, students will stop wasting time on content that doesn't matter and instead invest their time in material that does matter. Tip number 2, triple triangulate your notes. A common question students ask is, will this be on the test? This question burns teachers up. Many don't know how to respond because everything they cover is likely on the test in either a direct or indirect way. So the proper answer is, it depends. It depends on the level of knowledge students bring to the test and on how much knowledge construction they must do during the test. But students can use the triple triangulation method to ensure they extract the most salient information for every class they take. Here's how it works. Imagine that the course material is divided into 3 overlapping circles. Circle 1 features the disseminated notes. These are the notes that are handed out and so forth. Circle number 2 contains the book notes. These are insights from the authors that the teacher assigns. And circle 3 contains the students' notes, the material students personally extract. Information the teacher communicates is most important. Next, insights from the authors of the material teachers recommend is secondly important. And finally, students' own musings are third. If you blend all 3 of these together, you've triple triangulated your notes, and you'll find the coveted note-taking sweet spot, and your academic work will be all the more useful. Tip number 3, take metacognitive notes. Another way to ensure that the notes students take make sense upon review and are useful for their test and task is to take metacognitive notes. Metacognitive note-taking is a method that helps students blend their inner condition with the external material. This synthesis is key to effective note-taking. Here's an example of how metacognitive note-taking works. Lorenzo used to focus on capturing everything his professor said during the online sessions. He didn't give any attention to whether the notes made sense to him in the moment. But using the metacognitive note-taking method, he began blending his internal experience with what he was seeing and hearing from his professors. By using his metacognitive ear, Lorenzo captured what his professors were saying and why that information resonated with him. His notes used to just feature lots of words and definitions. Now, his notes look like this. The raw information presented during class is presented in the white space. The gray area on the right shows the external examples and internal images that made the information meaningful during class. In the green space, Lorenzo shares the big ideas of the material. Next, in the yellow space, the various thinking skills that are represented in each section. Finally, also in the green area, Lorenzo shows the conceptions of each topic. This area is invaluable because the cognitive work Lorenzo does to produce the conceptions mimics the type of thinking that will transfer to his tests and tasks. Now, when Lorenzo reviews his notes, they make sense to him in the moment and they translate to his tests. As students use these tips, they will close the gaps between their note-taking and note-reviewing states of minds. And as this gap closes, they'll take fewer notes, but those notes will make more sense and will be much more valuable. So I hope you enjoyed those 3 note-taking tips. You know, I like using animation because it allows us to make the abstract and ephemeral processes that define academic work much more visible. So if you like this video, share your love by actually liking this video, and share a little more love by leaving a nice comment letting me know how this video resonated with you. And again, click that notification bell so that you can be the first to know when the next set of videos are released. Thanks.